Hello and welcome to the Dominion Daily for May 2nd, 2025. We've got Prosperity, Rising Sun, Menagerie Kingdom, and also a pretty good chance that I will blunder horribly because I'm very tired right now. I did not sleep well last night. Hopefully, it'll be fine. But if it's not, well, I've registered my excuse. All right, so we got Bounty Hunter thinning as well as Kintsugi. We have King's Court. Let's see, draw from King's Court and Daimyo. It's the Judgment match all over again. So draw is from primarily Imperial Envoy, but also Slay, and actually, well, and I guess Root Seller, but actually, Daimyo Slay might even arguably be better just because then you don't have to take the debt. Plus buy from Tiara, Imperial Envoy. Got the Cursing with Charlatan. Hostlery. Also provide some draw of a sort. So the King's Courtable payload is Charlatan. Also the Daimyoable Daimyoable payload. Very interesting to have both of these on the board. We're definitely going to take a Bounty Hunter. I think the question is, do we Kintsugi it in a state, or do we do something else? Kintsugi estate guarantees that we see Bounty Hunter. And so with 7 coppers plus a Bounty Hunter on estate is 10 coins. We could, of course, get an unfavorable distribution there, but like we're guaranteed to hit 5 that way at least once. The other thing we could do is just take a Daimyo right away. If we don't collide the Daimyo and the Bounty Hunter, that's a little sad, but not the end of the world. If we collide them turn 3, you know, we pay off the debt, but then we also get like 6 coins. Yeah, this is a tricky one. The odds of collision are slightly less than 50%. If we don't collide, we could very well end up not hitting 5 and not getting a Charlatan, which seems bad. I do think we want a Charlatan quickly. For one thing, because then we can Daimyo that. So the other openings I could possibly see, so Root Seller would accelerate our shuffle potentially. And like what we could do is, if we haven't seen Bounty, blah, 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 oh my god, I can't talk. You know, we could potentially always pig the Root Seller if it doesn't make sense to play it normally. The same thing goes for Slay. That's not going to accelerate our shuffle, but it's draw, but then we could also like use it to top deck a Charlatan if we happen to see it and the Bounty Hunter instead of just taking the horses. There's a lot of good options here. The The Kintsugi line is very straightforward. It feels in a way like a little bit underwhelming to me because like there's such compelling upside to some of the other options. Uh but so like what's the worst case scenario? We Kintsugi an estate, we have the bounty hunter, and then worst case scenario is that bounty hunter doesn't see any estates, and we have a turn where we have bounty hunter 4 copper and we hit 6, and then we have another turn where we have 2 estates and 3 copper and we hit 3. That's still not that bad. We can get a charlatan. I guess if we see the 3 coin hand first, then it's kind of bad, because then like if we see the bounty hunter first, we can get charlatan daimyo. If we see the 3 coin hand first, then we can't afford to we can't afford to take a daimyo, and I guess we would probably take a sleigh at that point. The odds of that distribution are pretty reasonable. The odds of it that with the specific order that I mentioned aren't that high. So it's probably still correct to do the Kintsugi thing, but I could see going a lot of different directions here, but I'm going to go with the Kintsugi option. Just going to make sure that I... Okay, well, we got half of the bad draw, but not the whole bad draw. They got the whole bad draw, looks like. Is there any reason we would do that? We have Bounty Hunter Estate down there with... I mean, Bounty Hunter, double estate, double copper, but we still hit 5. I don't think there's any reason we would do that. Alright, so options. We could take a hostelry, a big hostelry. We could just take a King's Court. We don't have any plus buy yet. We could get some next turn. The nice thing about the hostelry line is that it, like, if we get tagged, although they don't have the daimyo yet, but if we start getting tagged with curses, like, we have a substantial amount of draw. There's also, like, picking up Imperial Envoy that's a possibility, although, I mean, Imperial Envoy is pretty awkward for the deck right now. What would be the alternative? King's Court just seems like if we line that up with Daimyo or Charlatan, that's so good. Like, I think I'm just going to go for that. I can certainly see the argument against, but... We could take Hostelry Horse here. Also take another Daimyo. There are some crazy worlds here where we like take another daimyo and then we like play like daimyo King's Court daimyo or some crap. I don't even know. Like, what would that even do? Daimyo replays the King's Court, which then like triple plays a daimyo, which then like I mean ultimately we only have like the 2 targets in our deck, so they can only do so many things, but huh. Like we could take a tiara just because like man, we're gonna want that plus buy. And it's got top decking. Top decking's good too. For sure. Imperial Envoy, like, it gives us plus buy, but it's hard to see us being able to, like, utilize that right now between the fact that it's terminal and the debt. You're not going to want to play multiple. Like, we're not going to want to daimyo or King's Court it. I mean, I guess we can always play it as Pig, though. So maybe that is actually fine. Maybe we should take Imperial Envoy. Ugh. Boy, this is not the right board to be this tired for. This board is crazy. Yeah, I think the Pig is... I'm changing my mind. I think we go Imperial Envoy. Okay, well. We've got a King's Court and a daimyo and an Imperial Envoy down there, so we could have a very good turn. We don't necessarily need the money from bounty hunting a curse right now. We could bounty hunt copper and buy a tiara or another daimyo. Maybe daimyo. I mean, I guess if we're going to buy daimyo... Well, wait, we could also buy a King's Court. Maybe we should just do that. Could also buy a big hostelry. Man. Well, it's not that big, is it? Let's get the King's Court. Alright. Gonna King's Court Envoy. Now, how many times do we even want to play? Like, we're not gonna play it 3 times normally. That much is very clear. But do we want to play it any times normally? Like, probably? Almost certainly. So let's play it once normally. And then Pig, I think. I mean, we certainly don't need it to draw more cards than that. Okay, so if... So how... Do we daimyo the King's Court or King's Court the daimyo? Does it even matter? We King's Court... King's Court the daimyo. We have 3 daimyo plays, and then like play like a charlatan, we give out 4 curses. Straightforward. Enough, I guess. We daimyo the King's Court. We play King's Court twice, and we get to play Charlatan. Three times. And then we get to play Bounty Hunter 3 times. Do we want to play Bounty Hunter 3 times? It's like, so do we want to play Bounty Hunter twice or Charlatan once? I guess is the question. We only have 2 buys. So maybe getting thinner is more valuable than getting thinner approach is to daimyo the King's Court. Yeah, I think that's correct. Okay. Now that I've done that, I'm looking at this 11 coins and like, well, maybe it would have been better to get, but you know, reducing our dud risk, you know, or basically eliminating it in a sense. It's got to have some value. All right, I think, like as I mentioned before, only King's Courtable payload is Charlatan. So I think we want another Charlatan. And then maybe we just take another Daimyo. It's still, the buy situation is still awkward. But, I mean, if we are King's Courting Charlatan, playing Imperial Envoy a second time as Imperial Envoy is definitely an option. Or if we King's Court Charlatan twice, I guess I should say. So I think this is what we're going to do. Okay, there go the curses. Alright, so this time, because we don't have we haven't drawn up yet, I think we want to King's Court the Daimyo. Haven't seen that Imperial Envoy. Well, I guess we're gonna play Daimyo one more time. Okay. So if we play King's Court all of these times, it's gonna be like triple the Charlatan, triple the Charlatan, triple the Bounty Hunter, and then we're gonna like use Bounty Hunter to draw our Imperial Envoy, I guess. We have 4 Daimyo, so 4 King's Court plays. Charlatan, Charlatan, Bounty Hunter, Imperial Envoy. It does work. I guess we might as well start with Bounty Hunter. We gotta find the Envoy. Imperial Envoy. I mean, we could pig Charlatan a bit, and that way we get to like do more exiling. Not sure if that's a good idea or not. To be honest. Costs us 3 coins per play with the Charlatan. Bounty Hunter costs us. Yeah, I think it's more valuable to hold the Charlatan. Okay, so we can play this normally. Dupe. 2 of 5. Oh, we should have just picked the King's Court. Okay, well, it's not a big deal, but I mean, yeah. Okay, so 18 coins plus 5 is 23. So we want to play this at least one more time. Now we're at 23 minus 4 is 19. So we could have 17 and 4 buys or 19 and 3 buys. 17 and 4 buys seems pretty reasonable. If we get another daimyo, we go like Charlatan, Imperial Envoy, King's Court, daimyo. That's 17 and then like 6 debt, but like whatever. All right. Yeah. That doesn't matter. Okay, so King's Court, Charlatan, Imperial Envoy, daimyo. They just played a Terminal Imperial Envoy? That's no good. Okay, so now we daimyo the King's Court, I think, because even just a double play of King's Court is enough that we can play Imperial Envoy, draw a whole bunch of cards, and then find more King's Courts and or daimyos. Man, this deck is too much. Alright, so play King's Court to play Imperial Envoy. Play it normally. We're going to want at least one more buy. So we'll play that normally. And we'll play the King's Court normally. Now, daimyo versus King's Court here, I have no frigging clue. We played the daimyo, and we get a triple played daimyo, and then we play another daimyo, and then we play King's Court. That's 5 King's Courts. We only have 5 targets. So that's like overkill in a way. Whereas we play King's Court, daimyo, we can maybe play Charlatan more times, I think. We weren't gaining any information, so let's just try it and see. But like, I think if we daimyo the King's Courts, we only get... Oh, wait, no. Yeah. We only have 5... We have these 5 actions. We get to play the Charlatans each 3 times. Whereas we might get more plays this way, I think. So King's Court... Oh, but... Yeah, because the King's Court has to target... Yeah, I think this is right. Because like when we play the King's Court, it has to target like a Charlatan that we actually, have. Each individual one has to do that. Whereas the daimyo can just kind of stack up on one. All right. Anyway, so now we're going to go daimyo. Normally, play normally. Normally, daimyo. Wait a minute. Is the daimyo being called on King's Court? That's not what we actually want. Hold on. God damn it. Hold on. This is the problem with chaining the King's Courts, I guess. Okay. So play a King's Court. We have another play of this King's Court and then 2 more plays of this King's Court. Maybe we just... How do we do this? We want... I knew this was going to get even more complicated. Is it possible that it's actually better to not chain the king's courts? Maybe? Like, we chain the two king's courts, but is it possible that we don't want to chain this king's court into this king's court? That we're better off just like ending the chain on like we play Bounty Hunter, we play Imperial Envoy, and then we play King's Court, Daimyo, Daimyo, Charlatan, Charlatan, Charlatan. I can't see how that would be any worse anyway. Right? Like, make sure that oh, this is only a second King's Court play anyway, so that does change things a little bit actually. Is that yeah? If we play the King's Court now, I mean we're still King's Courting a King's Court though, so if we start playing Daimyos, they'll still react to King's Court plays. But that's also true if we King's Court. Oh my god. We need to like. All right, I'm gonna. I'm gonna do this. Boop. 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 We've cleared out our King's Courted actions. Then, so if we King's Court, the first King's Court play. Like, we want to. This is so weird. Maybe there's just no way to do it. Or we Daimyo. I don't know if there's a way to do it. Because like if we play King's Court, then we play Daimyo, then the next King's Court goes off and the Daimyo replays that King's Court. But if we wait, what if we do like if we just do is it better to do King's Court, Daimyo, Charlatan? No, that can't be better. That doesn't make sense. I can't figure this out. This is like breaking my brain, but I can't figure it out. I don't think it's actually possible. Like, if you wait until the last King's Court play, then you're not actually getting a King's Court play on the Charlatan. You're just getting the Daimyo plays. But if you don't wait, then when the next King's Court play goes off, the Daimyo gets called on the King's Court, so you just need more targets. Yeah, I think it's just not possible to do the good thing that I want to do here, which is frustrating. So whatever, just With all that being said, we don't actually have that much money here. Because we got a bunch of debt. The same amount of money that we did last turn. Interesting. Surely that doesn't hold over time, right? Like if we keep adding... Like maybe we just want all the charlatans. Charlatan. Like we have enough Imperial Envoys to get buys. We go charlatan. We have 4 King's Courts, which can target a lot of stuff. I mean, I guess the reason to get another Imperial Envoy would be that... Well, we can always daimyo it. Yeah, if we need more buys. Man. I'm wondering if I should just go triple Charlatan, and then we could throw in another daimyo. I guess 4 King's Courts enough. 4 King's Courts, even completely disregarding daimyos, is more plays of things than I think we have in our deck. Alright, it's like each King's Court and King's Court is 2 plays over an individual King's Court. Until the last one, which is 3. So it's like 2, 4, 6, 9. And we have, and that's not even counting the daimyos. So I don't think there's any reason to actually keep buying King's Court, really. I think we just take 3 charlatans and a daimyo. I'm not even sure we should take the daimyo, to be honest. We could also take an estate and just like figure that we can get points like and set up for a pile out. Oh, seems reasonable. All right, well, we found our daimyos. I guess this wasn't that unlikely. Need to pick at least one more time. Wow. I mean, I guess just play it normally and get enough money, we could empty on Charlatans and King's Court without too many buys, but I don't know if we can get that much money. We could also just not worry about emptying piles, I guess. That estate looks pretty bad right now, I have to admit. I think we do... This is all of our daimyos, too. Maybe we do need to pig this one more time. Oh my god. What is happening? Okay. Well. So we're going to want at least one more buy, so we can draw up our other King's Court with this Imperial Envoy. Though now that I'm thinking about it, I probably should have seen, okay, how much money am I going to have again? But, I mean, I think we should have enough plays for all this stuff. So 15 times 3, 45-ish. This would take 21, 36. I think we might have that. Wait, do we not have another King's Court? I thought we had 4. We had 4 King's Courts. Did we not have, like, start last turn with King's Court, and then... What? Oh no, it was the Daimyo'd King's Court. Ah, dang it. Oh, I should have taken one more King's Court. I messed this up. Alright. So we actually only have exactly the 5 plays. Oh no, 4 plays, because we just played... Oh shit. We really screwed this up. Yeah... I mean, we're still going to need more than 3 buys. I think that much is clear. But 6 buys, I don't think there's any way that makes sense. We want 5 buys. I guess I can always undo it, right? Can't I? All right, let's say yes. All right, this is the last King's Court. It would be nice to just thin this stuff out entirely. 33 minus 8 is 25. We could just like buy triple province. Or double province and stuff. Like maybe one more King's Court or something. But in that case, we shouldn't have taken the last buy. Okay, hold on. Meow. Do that. All right, how does that look? One more King's Court, double province. You probably don't need 2 provinces, but whatever. You can take one more daimyo too. Why not? Terminal Imperial Envoy? Wow. it's rough. I mean, they did get the bulk of the curses, but they also just didn't get thin with the bounty hunter. Okay. King's Court the daimyo versus daimyo the King's Court. I think we daimyo the King's Court. Then we can just do normal, 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 and then we just, like, I think we've established that we have no control over this nonsense, but we can do, I wonder if there's probably an argument here that we should bounty hunter like a daimyo for money here rather than playing them all. But I don't know if I want to think about it that hard. So we go King's Court, King's Court, King's Court. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plays left. But then it's going to be more. Yeah, I think actually, I'm like pretty dang sure that it's correct to bounty hunter a dino here. It could also be correct to bounty hunter the Imperial Envoy, but we might want the buys. Wait, are we actually running out of King's Court plays here? That seems crazy. Oh, no. We have 52 coins. We can empty the provinces exactly? If I'm not mistaken. 48 is... Oh, we have lots of King's Courts left. Yeah, we just... Okay. Oh, no, I was wrong. Oh, wait. I overplayed the Imperial Envoy once. How did I do that? Maybe I clicked on the wrong thing. Well, anyway. Okay. So, yeah. This board's, like, insane. And not even, like... You know, it could definitely have been more powerful, right? Like Charlatan being the strongest payload option. It's not like that part is the crazy part. Just but like the King's Court Daimyo interaction with Way of the Pig. It's like, and part of what makes it crazy isn't even the fact that it's powerful, but that it's just like, wait, how many buys do I want with Imperial Envoy again? And yeah, I don't know. It's really, really nutty. If somebody can figure out a way to interact with King's Court and Daimyo in such a way that you get more than 3 plays of a single card, let me know. I mean, obviously, I guess if all you do... But see, like, even if you chain your King's Courts at all, I don't think like, maybe if what you do is, like, you King's Court... No, I was going to say you King's Court a Daimyo, and then you King's Court another Daimyo. But no, I mean, okay, so to be fair, if you King's Court a Daimyo and then you play another card, that will give you 4 plays of that card. But at the cost of, like, you know, your plus actions potential. Well, I guess not. Is that what I was supposed to do? It's just like King's Court of Daimyo play a thing. King's Court of Daimyo play a thing. Maybe it was. I don't know. I didn't think of that during the game. Well, yes, I do. I'm tired. But, yeah, I guess that might be the best you can do. like in terms of, because if you king's court a daimyo, play a thing, you get 4. If you play another daimyo before you play the thing, you get 5, which is more on that one card, but isn't like stacking up as much. But if you then like do the king's court daimyo thing again, you can just keep getting like 4, 4, 4. You do have to line it all up though, like in a way that like the chaining stuff isn't helping you as much to line that up. I mean, king's court daimyo is a little bit of draw in itself, so it is, there is that, and it's plenty of actions. But the other thing is like, at the beginning of the turn, it's like, okay, I have king's court daimyo in hand, and then I'm like, well, I don't want to play Imperial Envoy 4 times necessarily, right? Like I mean, maybe I do, but I don't. It doesn't need to be on a single envoy. Like I don't need that density there. I want the density on the charlatans to get all the money. But then like starting my turn with king's court daimyo charlatan is like not really like necessarily going to actually work that well. I mean, I guess it could if, yeah, like at the beginning of this turn, right? I did have all those components in hand. So what if I just king's court daimyo? Yeah, see now, well, okay, hold on. Now I play a charlatan, normal, right. And now I play an Imperial Envoy. Okay. And now I king's court a daimyo, normal. And then I play a charlatan. And then I king's court a daimyo. And I play a charlatan. I guess I just don't have enough pairs of king's courts and daimyos to actually make this better than the chaining would be. But it is interesting. Yeah, no, this is worse. But if I had, you know, a slightly different distribution of actions in my deck, it might be better. Like one of the, if you took away, like, you still want to king's court the bounty hunter. You want to be able to king's court, or at least daimyo the Imperial Envoy for more buys. Yeah. Interesting. Like, I think there's something here, but I don't know. It might be that in practice this isn't never going to be better because it's never going to be as efficient to gain that many king's courts and daimyos and pair them all up as it is to just like chain everything together. And like in particular, like getting more charlatans was cheaper than getting more king's courts or more daimyos. So even though like per charlatan play we get fewer repeats with the chaining, overall we can get more stuff if we gain more charlatans and then just chain them together and have like the king's courts targeting more cards rather than targeting a single card more times. Whatever. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe somebody else can figure out what the optimal way to do this is. It's yeah. It's pretty insane either way. In any case, that was certainly exciting. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.